Welcome back once again. We've got a fair bit to cover today. I'm going to try and condense it all into one video because obviously, well, I usually pump out 3 or 4 videos. So I'm going to put it into one video. So stay tuned and watch through to the whole video because there's a lot to cover. Before we get any further, make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button now. Join the flock. This is going to be a pretty interesting video, I think, because we've got to cover basically yesterday in the race, which was Sunday. My friend had 2 races. In both races, the birds that he clocked were birds that I bred and birds that you guys will be familiar with, so I will cover that. I need to clean this up after we've finished building those breeding boxes because we've got rubbish everywhere. And out in the car, I actually spent a bit of money today and I brought a whole bunch of new pigeon products, pigeon seed, and all sorts of bits and pieces. So we need to go through this, tidy all this up, see what we have, what we don't have. Also need to make a list because I'm trying to get really organized with all the seed and medications, and then things like the garlic oil. And I brought a few other bits and pieces like that we will go into. So I basically want this whole thing here is just going to be all pigeon products, everything neat and tidy. I'm really going to get on the ball this year with all this type of stuff. And I've got the caterpillars here too. They're not mine, they're the little girls. So I need to move them out of the way because I've got them at the block. So firstly, what we might do, and also watch till the end as well, because I'm going to condense in the moving of all the pairs into the breeding boxes. So stay tuned till that, and we'll drop in and see those breeding pairs as well. And we've got some eggs hatching too, so we'll go and see that. So there's heaps to do, so make sure you stay for the whole video. Let's get into it. We need to clean this up first. We'll get all this sorted, I think. Okay, now that all that is cleared up and all those tools are put away, I'm going to get in here eventually and probably move all them over the other side, because this is good to probably put all my nest bowls and things like that down on. I've got space up here as well, but I'm planning on getting a few more bits and pieces. But we'll start to get into it. I'll bring out all the stuff that I brought today because there's quite a bit of stuff. We might cover everything in this video, we may not, just because I don't want this video to go too long. I'm going to try and keep it around that 10-15 minute mark, so we might have to do a part 2. But drop down below in the comments, what do you think, the length of video that you really enjoy. Do you like them shorter? With short I mean 2 to 5 minutes, or do you like them at least 10 to 15 minutes, or do you like them longer, 20 to 30 minutes? Drop down the comments below and let me know. It'd be interesting to see what you guys think, what you enjoy. At the end of every month, we must be pretty close to it now, because basically what happens is YouTube pays me the money that I get from the ads that run in these videos, and realistically, probably a lot of you guys know, especially the guys that have actually started their own channels, and realize that it is a lot of work for very little return. Like, you don't get much, realistically hardly anything. And obviously I get a lot of views. I get 80 to 100, 120,000 views a day, and you would think that that would equal into a lot of money. I can guarantee you it does not. But what it does do, and what I do now, especially with this coronavirus. Basically with coronavirus, the actual ad revenue has dropped 70%. It's gone from very little to pretty much nothing. So basically the last 2 months I've been saving up because I like to spend the money that I make on my birds. And that's probably why you see me building so many things and all this kind of bits and pieces. So basically what I've done today, I got my payment yesterday, and I said, you know what, I'm going out to spend all of it on pigeons pretty much. So basically I'm prepping up for breeding season. So I've got myself a 25 kilo bag of safflower, and then I got a 25 kilo bag of peas. So basically we've got max protein, max fat and oil condensed into those little seeds. And for me personally, these two things, if you into your young chicks, they will be super pigeons. They will, well, condition wise, they'll come out really good looking birds. And I'll show you, I'll prove it. Probably contrary to a lot of people's opinions, but my opinion is these two things, absolute super conditioning for young birds, especially in the nest. And you will see that with my young birds. So they are two things, and then I brought 2 drums that I can put those seeds into. There's definitely more seeds and drums at the moment, but I will stockpile them over there. This is just to keep the insects out, and I can put them up there beside my other one. So basically I've brought these 2 seeds, those drums. I've brought this little white bucket as well. I'm going to pre-mix up a lot of seed so that I don't have to do it every day. I can just go in there and get a scoop out what I need. And I'll show you in this video or the next one, just depending on how long this is. I don't want to get too long on you guys because you might fall asleep on me. Anyway, let's go over here and we'll have a look. So pretty much I brought myself some hemp seed oil. They had another one there as well, which is, I can't remember what oil it was. It was either linseed maybe, but pretty much when I read the back it does exactly the same thing, and this one actually looked like it done a little bit better. So pretty much for this, I'm going to mix this in with the seed in the premix thing, which we'll do at some point in the very near future. And this is pretty much good for this time of year, for training and racing, breeding, molting, all that kind of stuff, to give them that extra energy extra quicker. So we've got that one. And we've got this bio booster as well. I thought I'll give that a bit of a shot, and I can mix that in with the actual premix food in that little white container there. So we're going to give it a bit of a go, but this has got like bio booster cross protein X. So it's basically got protein, vitamin B complex, which requires birds and show birds. It contains 46 to 48% protein. So yeah, bit of a protein booster, and contains a whole bunch of these things, all sorts of little things. I don't even know what they are. Maybe Protein XR contains 60 million CFU, as all these types of little cultures, which is pretty good. I could imagine that's going to benefit our birds. And then what I did get was some bird wash bath salts. So that's good. That's going to be for our birds when they have their bath. My birds, like all pigeons, they love baths. So I've been meaning to get them some bath salts. So it's pretty. What's this do anyway? It contains natural herb oils and herbs, making it an antiseptic and aiding in feather conditioning. Regular use will assist in skin health and maintenance of lustrous plumage. Also contains helps things to improve hygiene, blah blah blah. Feathers, perches, nest bolts may repel fleas, mite, lice without use of chemicals. Well, we'll see about that. So stocking up on a few things. This coming year, I'm really going to look after these birds and really condition them as best as possible, even though I've done pretty well till now. So those are the few things I do have. I probably won't go into these things today. I will start filming a second video today, but that'll be for tomorrow. That'll be a long one as well, because we've still got to go out there and check up on the birds and go through a few bits and pieces there. So what we will do, we'll head out there now and we'll have a look and see what these birds have been up to. first night in the boxes. I did give them a little scrape out this morning. Yeah, we'll go into that in a minute, but basically I did just put it on these for the time being. I didn't have the wheel things that I was hoping for, so I'm just going to use these for the time being. But what I'm saying here is these two really flighty. Trying to get in here, you can see I haven't been able to scrape up the back there. That is just asking for trouble. But you know, nice and light in here, but trying to scrape in here, I nearly lost him. His head was out here and I only just got it shut. So I might have to slow down in the clean on here a bit, because he's not used to me or this. He's very flighty. She is as well. They're definitely not used to me. So I have to be very careful with these two, I think. I don't want to lose him. If I lose him, I'll be very angry, because he cost me a little bit of money. So I don't know. We'll see. Drop some comments down below what you guys think. Do you think that these will be okay in this pair, in this box, or do you think that I need to build them something with a wire floor and maybe a pull-out bit that they can breed in? And we, you know, we're not going to. I just don't want to lose that cockbird, to be honest, because he cost me a little bit of money. So that could be an option. I might have to build another nest box just for him, which will be, even if it has a divider and I can divide him into one side and clean one side or whatever. I just think that I might need to do that, because if I do lose him, then, you know, it's a few $100s I've just thrown out the window, because he might not even fly back to where he come from. There's a fair chance of that. So drop some comments down below. We can put him in here in pair. We could probably even move one of the barless pairs in here, so it's not a waste. Oh, I just nearly lost him before. I was not happy. But these guys, big Leo, she's fine if she gets out. She'll just go in the other loft. But Leo, he's fine as well. He's not very flighty. I was actually able to get in here and clean all this, no problem at all. Check out this baby. He's looking pretty good. He thinks he's actually quite tame, this little guy. Look at him. He thinks he's getting fed. Don't you? Hey, this is how I like my birds, nice and tame. Hey, good little fella. We're gonna have to come up with a name for you soon. You're definitely healing up pretty good on the back there. Feathers almost closed over. And another thing as well, when I was showing you all that safflower seed I got there, you can see there's none in there. There's one or two maybe, so I lie. There's one or two seeds left, but they've actually, certain stages, they just eat all the safflower. That's what they're doing at the moment. So what I like to do, I like to pay attention to the birds. So basically if he's, or both of them basically, if that's all they want to eat, that's all I'm going to feed them. Because if they're just going to pick that out, it doesn't matter, because that safflower is full of energy, so much energy compacted into that little seed that it's only going to be beneficial to this little squeaker. So for me, if they want to eat all that, that's all they're going to get. But super pair, these guys, like, you know, they're going to be good. Their son actually was a clockbird yesterday. I have to wait until tomorrow till we find out that position, but their kids have been clockbirds nearly every race. The last sort of 3 races I think they've clocked, so they're definitely ahead of the other 15 birds in the team. It was 15 to 20 in each team, so they're definitely far ahead of that. So these birds are going to be pretty good for me. That's why I held these 2 back, and I'm going to hold on to them and use them as foundations, because they just breed super babies. I'll put a picture up here, up in the corner here. This is the actual baby. It's a blue bar cockbird that was bred here. He was a clockbird yesterday. I actually had a look at him a couple of days ago, and he's a super bird. Like, he feels so good in the hands. He's super muscly, and he's, you know, got the looks of both of these. He's a blue bar. He's just beautiful. When we first took him up to my friend's house, which is about 85-90 kilometers away from mine, he had only been out here twice flying, and he managed to fly back here by himself in about half an hour, which is unreal for a little bird. Like 90 kilometers straight up, for a young bird like that, unreal. So I'm hoping that these birds do me pretty good. They look pretty good. So that's pretty much it for that one. What I might do, depending on how much weather we get in the next few days, is probably just, I might even look at putting a perspex sheet over this with a bit of ventilation around it, just to give them privacy and also save them from the wind and rain getting in there. Now on to the rest of them. Also, there was 2 races yesterday. So one race was about 280, I think the other was 260 kilometers. So basically the first bird to clock in was the blue bar I just showed you before, and then the other race, the first bird to clock in was Raven's first son, Snow and Raven's baby, the one that hand reared. We hand reared that one. I'm just making that loud and clear to everyone out there that is anti hand rearing. If you do it properly, it does not affect the birds at all. He was a clock bird yesterday, so he was in the top 180 birds. I think he got ninth position out of 180 birds. Let that sink in, that hand-reared birds done correctly, not going to affect them. I'll put a photo up there of him because he is a beautiful pigeon. He's a bit of far better than Raven. I don't know what happened to Raven, but anyway, that's out of the way. Let's have a look at these little guys because they are hatching. Can I have a look at your babies? Come out. Good bird. So I'll bring them up here so we've got a bit more light. But look at these little guys. Starting to hatch. Some little chips there. They should be out by tomorrow. Both of these parents are our barless splits. So pretty much there is a reasonably large chance that one of these could be a barless, which will be our first barless bird we've bred. I'm pretty excited because you guys know how much I love a barless pigeon, and this is something I've been working on for quite a while. So to get, you know, to this point here where we've got these little chicks hatching is pretty exciting for me. I can't wait. Drop some comments down below. Do you think that it's going to be blue bar, barless, checker? What do you reckon? It's going to be one of those 3 combinations, I think, because obviously the cockbird's father is Leo, the cockbird's mother is Storm, and then the mother, her father is Mr. Beast. He was a blue bar, and then, oh, hang on, let's go back. Yeah, the mother, Storm's not in this at all. The mother to both of these is the blue barless hen. I'm just getting a little bit too excited here, so pretty much it's got to realistically be either a blue bar or barless. So we'll just see. I think that Adam Archer might jump in and give me his more professional opinion on that, but for me, I think it's going to be one of the 2. I'm hoping at least one of them is going to be barless. I don't know what you guys, what your thoughts are here, but I'm really keen to actually hand raise these babies once they get old enough. I want to, you know, I'd love to hand raise another pair, especially to have a barless pigeon that it's as tame as Raven, all that kind of stuff. One you can just call over, it lands on your hands, all that kind of stuff. I'd really like to do it, but that also frees up this box pretty quick, so I can actually fix it up and we can figure out what we're doing with it. But drop some comments down below, let me know. I think that's long enough for this video because it's already going to be long. Looking at the little timer thing up there on my side, it's at 9 minutes, so I think I'm going to cut it short because I do have some videos of yesterday when we were moving those birds into those lofts. So if you continue watching, you will see that. If you haven't already hit subscribe, make sure you turn on the notifications and also like this video. I'm going to put a little bit more effort into editing this one, just because it takes about 3 to 4 hours by the time you film a video, edit it, render it, get it up, and then, you know, write back to some comments and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to get down to one really good video every day and try and get as much as I can into that, and then trying to reply to every single comment that I can, just because I like talking to you guys, because you got some really good opinions, all that kind of stuff, and it's actually really enjoyable to sit down and at the computer there of a night time and just, you know, write back to comments. So let me know what you think, if you enjoy these type of videos, if you enjoy the bigger ones, all the condensed kind of stuff, or a lot of information in it, whatever, just let me know. So I'm going to catch you guys later. Make sure you keep watching, because there's going to be another few minutes of footage from moving those pairs into that box. So thank you. So welcome back. I managed to go down this morning and get 2 little locks for either side of those doors. Now we can lock the birds in there securely, and also picked up these little pieces of timber here, which will be able to make some legs for it. I might actually put them on it when it's out there, but we can make them ready to go. I think that it's probably better to have it off the ground a bit, and we'll try and make something up out of these to do so, but I'll have to do that when it's out there, just because it might be a bit more difficult to try and transport it out there, because I'm going to have to use a trolley or something, I think, but we'll figure it out when we get to it. But let's get these little locks on there. Okay, so they are done. Both those little locks are on there. As you can see, they're actually not too bad. I had to go and buy them, so that's the first things I've had to buy for this loft to build it. So yeah, can't win all the time. But they are good little hinges and locks on there. I got the medium-sized hinges and then just this little lock. So should be pretty good. Should keep them in there. And yeah, we'll see how they go. I think it's probably time to start moving this out there now, and then we can try and figure out a good height that we want to set it at. Okay, so water bowl's in, nest bowl kind of sitting there, perches in, one each side. Probably time to bring the birds in, I think. Let's have a bit of a look. So it's ready to bring the pairs in. What I might do to start with is bring in the new cockbird, and then we'll bring in Storm and Leo's daughter, just because these guys have still got a young bird, Leo and Storm. So I might just wait. I don't know if the move will be good for them, but I might try it later on. But first we'll move in that pair. We've got a mass fighting going on here. So I'll move them in now and we'll have a look. So they're both in. It might take them a little while to get used to being in here, I think. But they look good together. And not too sure. And right, we've got Leo and Storm in here as well. I brought the baby and we'll just see how they go. If they're not feeding the baby, then I can either take him out and look after him, or yeah, we'll just move him back in there. But they need to get used to this, because she's going to lay an egg very soon, next few days I think, because they have been mating quite a bit, so we need to get moving.